Most people think being smart means acing tests and more education. Nah, even people with a high IQ make dumb decisions. Brain power doesn't mean you've got common sense or emotional control. But here's the truth. What really makes you stand out is how you think differently, not what you know. Real intelligence is mastering the mental habits that 90% of people never even consider. In this video, I'll show you 5 mindset shifts that make you sharper, calmer, and low-key unstoppable. If you want to be the one in the room with calm, quiet power who sees what others miss, this is it. Here are 5 mental power moves that put you in the top 10% and set you apart. Mindset number 1. Don't argue to win, ask better questions. Most people fall into the trap they argue like it's a sport. They defend, attack, and try to win. They dominate, but smart people, they don't argue to win. They pause, they analyze, they ask better questions. Because they know the truth isn't something you force, it's something you uncover. They're not playing the game, they're changing it. When you're obsessed with being right, you miss valuable information. When you seek to understand, people open up. You gain insight and the truth shows itself when you stop trying to win. Stay calm, curious, and make suggestions. Help me understand your point better. Watch the energy shift. You're no longer reacting, you're controlling the flow. And once you stop wasting energy on arguing, it frees you to do this next mindset number 2. Filter everything through this question. Can I control this, or is it controlling me? Want to instantly reduce 80% of your stress? Ask this. Smart people don't spend energy on what they can't change. They laser focus on what they can. That's power. That's clarity. Don't stress about gossip, opinions, or even being stuck in traffic. You rant, honk, spiral, full-on meltdown mode. Just ask one simple question. Can I control this? If the answer is no, okay, throw on a podcast and keep it moving. If yes, take action. Solve it and let it go. Simple, calm, in control. The smartest people aren't more talented, they just think clearer and more precisely. And that includes mindset number 3, zoom out, breathe. It's just a moment. Stop magnifying every little thing. Emotions make you zoom in. Intelligence helps you zoom out. High performers don't spiral. They respond. They don't get stuck in failure, they move forward. Most people drown in moments, forgetting that it's not a life sentence, but zoom out far enough. And that failure, it stops looking like defeat and starts looking like information. Smart people don't let failure define them. They dissect it. They treat it as feedback, not a flaw. They rise above it. Clear, calm, more focused on what's next. When you feel triggered, pause, ask yourself, will this matter in a week, a month? 99% of the time, nope, let it slide. Mindset number 4, the power of silence. Now here's the real power move. Take control of yourself and let silence be your power weapon. Smart people don't spiral and waste energy proving points, they study. They master the power of silence. Smart people win arguments with calm energy, without saying a word. How? Because silence rattles the loud. It disarms the petty. It's power without the performance. Silence makes insecure people squirm. But for the strategic, it's gold because silence isn't empty. It's loaded. They listen more than they speak. And when they do speak, every word hits. When you can sit in silence in a meeting or mid-argument, you radiate power. You're calm, unshaken. Observing that energy, it unsettles people in the best way. Next time someone finishes talking, don't rush to reply. Master the pause, the steady gaze, the unbothered presence. While others rant and spiral, stay calm, sharp, and completely in control. That's not a weakness, that's a dominance. Silence doesn't mean you have nothing to say. It means you don't need to say it. Silence commands respect. And when you finally speak, people lean in. Mindset number 5, don't react. Pause. Life's gonna throw curveballs fast. Unexpectedly, most people, they flinch, they panic, they react like puppets pulled by emotion. But you're not a puppet. You're the one holding the strings. Smart people don't get rattled, they don't panic, they pause, they observe, they calculate. No emotional outbursts, just clean, sharp insight, observation rather than emotion. Most people, they're on autopilot. Someone says something rude, they snap, you push a button, they explode. No filter, no thought, just pure reaction. And that's weak because reacting is easy. Pausing, that's power. When you pause, you see the game, spot patterns, read people. You become the calm one in a room full of chaos. And that is where power lives. The moment you flip the switch and start asking what's really going on here, everything changes. You zoom out and see the bigger picture. You stop chasing nonsense and start locking in on what actually matters. While everyone else is drowning in emotional quicksand, flailing and reacting, you're 5 steps ahead, cool, calm, and in control. When you observe, you gain insight, and insight sharpens your focus, and focus, that's where your control comes from. Reacting is noise. Predicting is strategy. And once you stop reacting and start predicting, you don't just play the game, you win every time. If even one of these hit you like, dang, I needed that, then you're already ahead. Comment below, subscribe for more mental upgrades like this, because we're just getting started.